Oh my god, I hope that fan isn't too loud. We'll just have some dramatic hair blowing in the wind moments during this video. It's so hot in here. I need to have it on. I'm drenched in sweat. Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel, and finally part 2 of my palette collection. I'm so glad you guys liked it. I'm so glad that I got some views. A couple people pointed out to me that there was something wrong with my audio, like it kept going in and out, and I'm not entirely sure why it was doing that. I had that problem in the past with the audio fluctuating and being weird, and I don't know why. I don't know why it did it, and then it just stopped doing it. So I'm hoping by having the camera flipped, like I'm using the back camera instead of the front facing one, I'm hoping the audio will be a little bit better. And the camera quality might be better as well. I don't know, hopefully it works. If it doesn't, then oh god, I'm not filming this video again. I put back all the palettes that I already talked about, so there are quite less than there were when we started this. However, I do have one palette from one of the brands I've already shown you guys that I recently bought because, like, I need any more, right? Like, I need any more palettes. So it is the Flamingo eyeshadow palette by Voss. This palette is absolutely beautiful. It's a summery palette, and it's no longer summer, but I wanted this palette for a very, very long time. I wanted this palette since it first came out, and I honestly didn't know if they sold it at Sephora, like in stores at Sephora. But when I went, I saw that they had it, and I had to pick it up because I wanted it for such a long time. The shades in here are perfect for summer. They're all summery, really, really pretty shades. I'm wearing it today. Yeah, I'm wearing it today. Honestly, I'd probably use this all year round because it's gorgeous. I hope my hair flipping doesn't get annoying. Hold on, it's fine. I hope if it bothers you, I apologize. But yeah, there's not much to say about this palette. It's one of those that opens up like a book. I'm not entirely sure why they made it like that. I'm not entirely too sure like what the design is about. I mean, it's adorable, it's really cute, and it has a huge mirror, so I'm not complaining about that. Oh my god, this is gonna get annoying. This is annoying me. There we go. Yay! So that was the only thing I had to show you from a brand that was in part 1. Now, we'll get to new brands and new palettes and lovely loveliness. Yay! So the next 2 palettes are from BH Cosmetics. I have the Weekend Festival palette, which is a gorgeous, gorgeous palette with a bunch of fun, shimmery, colorful shades. My favorite in here is probably Solstice. I love that. Oh, hopefully this. Yeah. Can you see it? I hope so. Pigmentation in this palette is honestly surprisingly really good compared to the other one that I have, which I'll show you in a second. I don't know, there's just a lot of fun, different colors in here that not every palette has. Like, it's not neutral colors or, you know, 50 Shades of Brown. There is a brown or 2. There's 2 browns, but that's about it. And it's really fun for fun looks, and it's a lot like the Flamingo palette, but I'd rather have more colorful palettes than neutral palettes, does that make sense? I hope it does. That is the Weekend Festival palette. It's really cute, the packaging is adorable, I love the summery feel to it, and yeah, that's that. The other palette I have from BH Cosmetics is Take Me Back to Brazil, which I honestly got this because I saw a lot of influencers on Instagram use this palette for a lot of colorful looks, and I was like, oh, well maybe this is the palette to go to for the most colorful looks. The pigmentation in here isn't incredible. I mean, those yellows are really pretty though. Can you guys see that? That's really nice. It's not greatest, you have to build up a lot, but once you do build it up to the intensity you want it to, it looks nice. Does that make sense? I mean, it's a $15 palette, so you kind of get what you pay for, but there's a lot I mean, this whole palette is colors and colors and colors, which is nice. It's, honestly, I know I said the 35B is what I used for my colorful looks, which is true. I did use that. I do use that a lot. The pigmentation in the BH palettes are so much better than the 35B. So I'm honestly not sure why I don't use this one more for my colorful looks, but I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm bringing everything closer to me because I don't want to reach like I'm doing right now. Next, we have Makeup Revolution. I have 2 palettes from Makeup Revolution as well. The first one is Mermaids Forever. This palette sucks. I guess I understand why it's called Mermaids Forever, but I don't know, like, it doesn't scream mermaid to me. Saying this palette sucks is a little bit of a, like, there's no pigment there. There's nothing. I see nothing on my finger. Do you see anything on my finger? Because I don't see anything. Do you see anything? Because I don't. Because of this palette, I was surprised that the next one I have from this brand was so good. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't return this. Honestly, I guess I just felt too lazy and whatever, but it's basically untouched. It's an untouched palette. And I feel bad because I was curious about it, but it's... Do not recommend. However, a palette I do recommend is the Wants palette, which is a collab with Emily Noel, and I'm in love with all these shades. Personally, the mirror is what is the best thing in the world for me. But the pigmentation in here, you can actually see. It's not the best, again, but it is better, and when you use a brush and you put it on your eyes, it looks absolutely stunning. This is definitely my favorite out of the 2 that I have. I don't know, I just love, honestly, the big mirror is what I love the most, to be honest about it. But the colors in here are really different and original and cute. I mean, not original, whatever, but they're different than other palettes, and I like it. I like it. Yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. But the next brand I have is Tarte. I have a couple Tarte palettes. The first one I have is the Be a Mermaid and Make Waves palette. Now this is what a mermaid palette should look like. I love how Tarte palettes smell. I'm gonna be honest, I got this palette mostly for the packaging. Because it's probably the cutest thing I've ever seen. They're so buttery and creamy, and I like how they look. I mean, that's pretty nice swatch, pretty decent swatch. Oh, I like those 3 colors together. I have it mostly for the packaging because it's the most adorable thing. It's a conch shell, or like a clam shell. Conch shell. What am I talking about? I don't know, but you can go like, boop. Yeah. Alright, so the next one I have is the Toasted palette. I don't know why I thought it was a good idea to get this palette because I have so many other palettes that have all of these colors. However, I do like this one here. It's just like a sparkly brown, and I think it's really pretty. But I prefer, honestly, I prefer Tarte's eyeshadow formula to a lot of other brands. I don't know, I just like how they blend together better than most palettes. So, yeah, that's that. Really cute. It's a good fall palette. I noticed I said that a lot in my first part of this series. So I'm gonna try not to do that because I got a lot of palettes that could be technically called fall palettes because they're all neutrals. But it's pretty, it's nice, speaks for itself. But Tarte's palettes are the palettes I prefer for neutrals because just pigmentation wise it's so much better. Okay, so I think I don't know if this was the first palette I ever bought. I feel like it is. I think it is. I've had this palette a very long time. Very long time. This is the Tartiest Pro palette. They still sell it. They still make it. It has a bunch of different colors in it. And I use this a lot. A lot. I don't know if you can tell by how dirty it is and how disgusting it is. I use this a lot for the mirror as well. Looks like I used a lot of the neutrals. I used a lot of the neutrals and the purples. And I'm not entirely sure what is on. Is that foundation? I have no idea. I have no idea. It's absolutely disgusting. I should probably get rid of it because it's old. And the last palette is probably my favorite palette from Tarte. It's the Aspyn Ovard collab with Tarte. First of all, the flowers and the packaging on here is absolutely adorable. It was so cute. And like all the girls that also, we were all talking about this. I love this. I don't know what it is, but it's so great for everyday eyeshadow. Like if you don't want to do something insane or crazy, this palette was perfect for that. I don't even think they sell it anymore. It was limited edition, I believe. But I love this blush. I would open this palette and use it just for the blush because I loved it so much. This highlighter is really golden. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. You can. It's a really golden highlighter, so it wasn't the best on my skin. It looked beautiful, but it wasn't very flattering on me. And these two sparkly shades are so nice, so nice. And it just looks really pretty for like an everyday type of look. So this is my favorite Tarte palette until further notice. Okay. Literally, as soon as I stopped filming to charge my phone so I can do the rest of the palettes, this guy slipped from my hand and all the pans fell out. So I'm missing two, and the rest, some of them are broken. They're not in the same spot, so I have no idea if I don't know what, I have no idea. I'm so upset. I guess I have to throw it out. I honestly don't know what else to do. I'm literally missing two shades. I don't know where they are. The shadows are broken. I'm so upset. Oh my god, I'm so sad. Like, this honestly sucks. I'm so upset. But yeah, I wanted to share that. Yay. Okay guys, we are coming down to the wire here. Up next, we have Urban Decay. I don't know why I said it like that, but the first palette I have is the Naked 3 palette. This is the only, if the glare goes away, this is the only palette from the Naked series that I have. I know the first Naked palette is no more. It's a little sad, but this palette is not the greatest. I'm not sure why these are so hyped. I feel like the pigmentation is meh. It's kind of so-so. It's not my favorite, but it's not my least favorite either. There are some really nice shades in here. This Dark Heart shade is really pretty, and some of the rosier metallic shades are pretty too. But the mattes are kind of like, eh. I don't know. I never really understood the appeal of the Naked palettes, and that's why this guy was the only one I ever got. So yeah, there's that. Next, we have this collab, the Michel Besquait. I don't know if I pronounced that right. This is the colorful one. I believe there was one that was more neutral shades, and then this one was more colorful. If I recall, this palette wasn't the greatest either. Yeah, that's not the best pigmentation. I remember when I tried to use this with a brush, I hardly got anything on my lids. The shades in here are really pretty, but they just don't perform as well as I wanted them to. And that's not the case for all Urban Decay shadows. Like, I'm gonna show you guys the next two, which I'm in love with. This one is the Urban Spectrum palette. I love this palette. I love it so much. I used this palette a lot back in the day, especially the browns down here. These purples are so pretty. Like, let me just swatch some of these for you guys, because I want you guys to see how beautiful these are. Like, why is that so much different from that one? Like, why is the formula so much better in this one than in the other one? This palette is probably so old. I have had this palette for years. Years. This is good for 2 years, but it's the final Urban Decay palette I have is actually a newer one. It's the Kristen Leanne Kaleidoscope palette collab. This palette is unbelievable. I don't know why Urban Decay's formula is constantly just changing between different palettes and collabs. That's the one thing I'll say about Urban Decay. Their shadow formulas are not consistent. Like, if all their palettes had the formula that the Kaleidoscope palette has, I would buy every single one of them, because it's absolute, like, I did a look with this and it was unreal how incredible it was. However, the one thing I will say about this palette is that it's basically all shimmers. It's all metallic shades except for the black and the orange, which is really annoying. Urban Decay made all of their eyeshadow palettes with the same formula. I would be the biggest fan. The biggest fan. The next brand of palettes that I have is Juvia's Place. I have 3 Juvia's Place palettes. The first one is the Magic palette. This was the first palette. How many times can I say palette in one breath? This was the first palette that I bought from Juvia's Place. These are so good. So good. These brights, I'm obsessed with this shade. They're like beyond creamy. It's, oh my god. Just let me eat it. Have you ever just wanted to eat a palette? Like, it looked good enough to eat. Does that make any sense? I have no idea. But I love Juvia's Place palettes. I think they're stunning. I think the blendability is incredible. And they're only, and they're cheap. Like, the palettes are cheap. You're getting this incredible payoff for only, how much did I don't even, like, this was $20. Yeah, like, unreal, the pigmentation in these palettes. I'm obsessed. And, okay. The next one I have is The Festival by Juvia's Place. This is one of my newer ones as well. Like, all these shades, these bright shades are just beautiful. Just, I don't know. It's so pleasing for me to look at. I don't know. It's like just an orgasm to my eyes. Oh my god. Like, are we kidding? That's one swipe. It's so pretty, so nice. And you can, I love these palettes for, you know, kind of out there looks, just because they just work so well. And this one is the Zulu palette. which is just a colorful ray of sunshine. I mean, this turquoise, sea green, and this sparkly pink are my absolute favorite in this entire palette. All these shades go together so nicely. I like to use the Festival and the Zulu palette together, but honestly, I could probably use all three of these palettes and create a beautiful look. They were cheap. Both of these were cheap. So, you can get them on Ulta, you can get them on juviasplace.com. They don't sell them in stores, I don't believe they do. But they're so worth it. They're worth, like, the price you pay and the amount of payoff you get is incredible. This brand is probably my favorite brand, packaging-wise. Mostly for packaging-wise, but because my inner nerd loves these so much. So, this is Storybook Cosmetics. This is the Wizardry palette. Is that what it's called? The Wizardry palette? I think so. I have all three of the eyeshadow palettes that they have come out with so far. Wizardry and Witchcraft. That's what it's called. I like to keep them all in the original packaging and in the sleeve because I don't want anything to happen. Like, I don't want them to get ruined. This opens like a book. And this is the only one that this is the only brand of palettes that I have that makes sense to open like a book. Because it's supposed to be a book. And they have a cute little quote on the bottom of every Mirrors palette. This one says, "Magic is believing in yourself. If you can do that, you can make anything happen." That's by Johann Wolfgang von Goethe. If I said that right, I have no idea. These guys are a little chalky, but these are so... Oh, that's really creamy. Maybe not chalky. Yeah, they're a little chalky. Can you see that? The palette's consistency, or the pigmentation, you have to build it. It's not the greatest, but I love this as a collector's item, as like a makeup collecting item, and I'm a bookworm, and it's just, like I hardly even want to touch it to begin with because of how beautiful it is. So that one's Wizardry and Witchcraft. Love it, love it. I'm gonna put it back in its little pouch here. And the next one we have is in a little purple pouch. I'm gonna open this guy up. And this one is the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory palette. This was a collaboration with Road Doll. I'm gonna take it out of the sleeve. You can see the, where it looks like pages and the spine and it just looks like a book. It makes me so happy. So I'm gonna open this. Oh, I forgot! Oh, and it has a little golden ticket inside. I totally forgot about that. Many wonderful surprises await you. Wonka golden ticket. Oh, I love that. I'm so glad I kept that in there. And then this quote says, "Tremendous things are in store for you." The shades in this one are so nice, and it just fits the story. Like, if you know Willy Wonka, like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory at all, you'll know that this is the perfect representation of it in... like, these palettes make me so happy. I could go on and on. This one is a little bit better, formulation-wise than the Wizardry and Witchcraft palette. Still not the best, but it's so beautiful to look at. And if you build it up, the color, it pays off. But honestly, I feel like it's so worth it to have it as a collector's item. These are palettes that I will probably have for a very long time. I honestly cannot see myself getting rid of these palettes because they are just so... there's nothing like them, is what I'm trying to say. There's nothing like these palettes. I'm sticking this golden ticket back in here so I can be surprised again when I open it and see it in there. This palette I have is probably my favorite out of the three. Not only because I love what the palette is, but also because it's the best eyeshadow quality out of all of them. This is the Burn Book. It's the Mean Girls collaboration, Paramount Pictures. Paramount Pictures collaborated with this brand for this Mean Girls palette, and it's... Okay. Oh no! I broke the mirror! How did that happen? Oh. At the bottom it says, "You're like really pretty with the cracked mirror. What does that have to tell you?" But I'm glad the shadows are okay. Oh my god. I got this for Christmas. I don't mind. It's okay that the mirror is broken. That's fine. It still works. It's just a mirror. But that's really depressing. Oh my god. No, that makes me so sad. Shadows are fine. That's all I care about. But this is my favorite palette, and that's probably why the cracked mirror makes me so sad. This eyeshadow formula is unbelievable. Like, do you see that? It is chalky. It is a chalky, all the palettes are very chalky. However, this one, the pigmentation, like these ones are so much softer and, pressed differently than the other ones. It feels that way. I don't know if that's actually the case, but it definitely 100% feels that way. And all the names are incredible. These names are quotes and, you know, things from the movie. And I'm so obsessed with it. It's, oh. I just love how genius the color stories are. I cannot believe this mirror is broken. I'm just like, ugh, did I step on it? Like, what happened? So that is all the palettes that I have from brands. The rest I have are kind of one-offs. These are all just miscellaneous palettes from different brands. So I'm gonna stick that there. The first one I have is Colourpop. I'm not entirely sure what palette this is, but it's definitely not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite. Oh wait, I do have two Colourpop. I have two Colourpop shadows. They're not my favorite. They're really soft, but the pigmentation's just not there. I don't, like, honestly, Colourpop shadows, I don't have much to say about them. They're very cheap, you know, if that's all you can afford, they're really, really good palettes for the price. But honestly, I just don't feel like, this one is Element of Surprise. I just don't feel like they're the greatest. And these ones stain your eyes, like the pink stains. Not awful, but like that one's pretty. This palette's definitely better than the other one I have. I don't even know if this has a name. It doesn't have a name on it, so I have no idea. But I'm not the biggest Colourpop fan because I just have so many palettes that are better than these ones. So I just don't find myself reaching for them often. Nothing against Colourpop. Like, I love their Ultra Shock highlighters. Love them. Love those. But their eyeshadows are not my favorite. Palettes that I got from BoxyCharm. The first one I have is the Nightingale palette by Pretty Vulgar. This one is lots of dark neutral shades. I'm not the biggest fan of this palette. All the shades kind of like, they look so muddy. I posted a video on my Instagram using this palette, and I hated how it came out. I mean, it's great if you want a smoky eye, but for anything other than that, you're not gonna get much out of it, to be honest. All the shades in here look the same, and they just don't blend out that well. I don't know, I don't have much to say about it, but I got it in my BoxyCharm this month, and yeah, that's really it. Don't have much to say about that guy. So the next palette I got in my BoxyCharm is the Laura Lee Los Angeles Party Animal. Honestly, I am not the biggest Laura Lee fan, but these shadows are very pretty. I like the color story. My arm is... You can see, yeah, the pigmentation's not bad at all. It's actually kind of pretty. I don't know if I'd be able to create a whole look with this, but it's a cute little mini palette. I got this in my August BoxyCharm. But yeah, I have to say the quality is not bad. Okay, the next palette I have is from Line Prime. It's one of the, I don't know if it's called like it reminds me of one of those those toys, pocket candy, that's what it's called, pocket candy. It reminds me of, yeah, one of those Polly Pockets. I think that was the point. It just looks like a toy. Looks like a little toy. These shadows are actually really great, really nice. But I loved the shades in here. I don't know, I kind of like the childish look to it. Again, not a palette that you can create a whole look with. Oh my god, that's so pretty. I love that. I love that shade. Oh my god, that duochrome pink orange. That's really nice. Oh my god, I love that. I might have to use it just for that shade. I'm in love with that. But these shadows are a little chalky. They remind me a lot of the Storybook Cosmetics shadows, but they're not bad. Not bad at all. And I personally like the packaging. I know a lot of people did not. They thought it was very childish, but that was kind of the point. Oh, there's... I still have the plastic thing on it, and brand new mirror. The next one I have is the Sugar Pill Feline Fancy Eyeshadow Palette. And this has some basic Valentine's Day colors. This was the Valentine's Day 2017, okay, so not that long ago. It's only a year ago. And it's really, really nice. Honestly, I use this guy for, or I would use this guy for, contour. The pigmentation in this one is not the greatest. Not for the mattes, anyway. Let's see what the... Alright, that one's not bad. My arm is a rainbow right now. Can we just take a minute and... I kind of live for that. I'm not gonna lie. When I did use it, I used it for blush, highlight, contour, and then this one I just never really used. But I've heard that the other Sugar Pill eyeshadows are really nice, are gorgeous. I don't know if this counts as a palette. I guess it kind of does. I don't have to talk about the entire collection. I'll just talk about the shadows. This is the Pure Celebrate Your Selfie kit collection. I showed this in my, was it my August favorites? I think it was my August favorites. I don't remember. Or my Ulta haul. My Ulta haul, that's where I did it. This, I am so in love with this palette. These shades are creamy and buttery and beautiful. I'm running out of space. Oh my god. Just, oh, that swatch is like heaven. I'm like, and And I'm in love with the pressed glitter. I live for this palette. I think it's so cute. How it's shaped like a 16. I think that's freaking adorable. Can you see it? I hope my ring light isn't making it too weird. But it has lots of really pretty berry shades and pink tones, which I kind of live for. I don't have much to say about it either, but I think it's one of the cute... honestly, packaging-wise as well, this is one of my favorite little collections here. Oh my god, guys. That's all my eyeshadow palettes. We got through all my eyeshadow palettes. Oh my god. This is a monumental celebration. A monumental moment. I'm so happy. Oh my god, I can't believe I actually sat here and went through all these palettes. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm really glad you guys liked the first part. I hope you like this part just as much. If you want to, leave, if you want to, subscribe to my channel. It means so much to me. I am planning on doing another type of, showing you guys my collection type of thing with my lipsticks. So, if you want to see that, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know exactly when that comes about. Leave a like if you like my face. Leave a like if you don't like my face. Either way, I don't care. And yeah, guys, oh my god, that's it. I'm so happy that I went through all this, and I'm so happy that you guys enjoyed it. And I will see you in my next video. Bye!